Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Pharaoh. Welcome back, and this is going to be the second part or second episode of the free-to-play series for Epic 7 that I'm doing right now. You can see here my team has changed a little bit from the last video. I did end up picking Spectre Tenebria from the Moonlight Blessing. I would say that Arbiter Vildred is a totally reasonable choice as well. If you picked up Vildred from your selective summons, it's an easy choice to just get Spectre Tenebria. But if you picked Iseria like most people recommend, a lot of people still recommend getting Spectre Tenebria. I would say that Arbiter Vildred is better in some places, but Spectre Tenebria transitions well into the late game of PvP as well, where Arbiter Vildred, I think, tends to fall off a little bit. She does have an AoE stun and she has some poisons, so she's pretty good for Abyss as well. Arbiter Vildred is something that would be really good for like Asmonak. There are a couple of other things, but I think at this point I've decided I picked up Iseria. The next thing to get is Tamarin. You get her from summoning here. You can't see it until you beat 10-10 of the first episode of the game, but something called a story summon will show up in here on one of these icons, and you can use that. I think this thing, yeah, 10-10 for this one as well. You can then select the unit that you want to summon, and you can just pick a Tamarin first. That's just what you should do, regardless of any of your selective summoning choices, regardless of anything that you do in the game. You should just be picking up a Tamarin from your first story summon. So I'll be doing that once I get that. As you can see here, I've got almost 40 pulls. It's 38 summons right here. And then if I traded all these in for bookmarks, I'd have 40 extra summons. So I'm sitting at about 80 summons, and the pity is 120. So you definitely want to wait before doing a story summon. You want to wait until you have the amount of bookmarks and skystones needed that you would be able to hit the pity on the banner, and just to ensure that you get the unit. I'm not sure for this account yet if I'm just going to do the custom group rate up so that I can also potentially pick up a Landy or a Seaside Bellona. I wouldn't be using them because I want this to be something that you can learn from regardless of whether there's a limited banner going on. But I'd probably just do Landy, Seaside Bellona, and then Tamarin, and potentially pick up Tamarin here, but also get some extra value and end up with potentially other 5 stars as well. So that's maybe my thought process there. I mean, it just makes sense to do it. It'd be kind of a waste to not try to just pick them up now, even though I won't be using them. But yeah, for most people, if you start next week, like, you won't see this at all. You just have to clear 10-10, and then you would see a story summon, and you could get Tamarin from there. So with that out of the way, I'll show you guys how far I got in Adventure. Now this would be like day 2. You can very easily be here by day 2. Technically this account is on day 3. The first day I just did the selective summons and then just went to sleep. Like, it took me 2.5 hours. I was tired of re-rolling, so I just went to sleep. So yeah, this is really day 3 of the account, but it's more like day 2 of progression. On day 3 you end up with a level 75 attack set. I put it on Spectre Tenebria. I think that's probably just the right choice to give it to her. She'll probably be doing the most damage anyway. And then you will also have Free Spirit Tieria, who is, you might as well use her. She's already skilled, fully skilled out. You can give her this level 70 equipment that you get from clearing her her path here. I'll show it in the, I can just show it here. What is hers exactly called? Beautiful Pursuer. So this is the Free Spirit Tieria path. Just follow this. You get an artifact for her. You'll get 2 different gear sets. Don't upgrade level 41 gear sets. They're just a waste. It has you go through here and do different missions. But to be able to do this last one here, Clearing Hunt, you have to beat 7-9. So chapter 7, stage 9 of just the first episode here. And then you can do this, and then promoting her, you'll already have the you'll have enough spirit blooms. Yeah, you'll have enough of those built up that you'll be able to do the promotion right away, and then you end up with a level 70 equipment chest. You'll get 4 speed pieces, and then 2 critical set pieces, and I can show those right now too, just to show what the units look like. Now, if you were on day 2 and you were this far, which is probably where you should be anyway, you wouldn't have these pieces right here, these level 75 sets. I take them up to about +9, +12, because level 75 is going to be good gear, even if it rolls bad. Like 19% health is trash, 21% health is trash. The crit damage is great. More health. I think these are set up to fail. I did get 10 speed here and some attack, so that's good. But I've noticed on other accounts, it's like the game intentionally targets health, like 3 different pieces. 19% health, 21% health, 19% health. It's pretty weird. I think they're set up for you to fail. I could be wrong. I mean, Smilegate would never say that's what they're doing, but I think they're set up for you to fail. So these are never going to be great, even though they're level 75. But it's a lot better than what you have on day 3 anyway. So worth going in there and leveling those up some. These crit chance things are from a level 55 attack set that you get for going through and doing the other paths here. These are pretty easy. You're just going to do these anyway. Keep your eyes on it. The first one is Aspiring Adventure. You have to do some labyrinth things. I would watch out for that specifically, like explore labyrinth. Keep the compasses you have, because if you run out, you're going to end up in a place like you could do labyrinth here, and then you're like, well, I'll just spend the other 4. You're going to end up in Growing Adventurer, and you have to do it again at some point. It's in here somewhere. Explore Labyrinth, yeah. So to end Growing Adventure, you have to explore Labyrinth again, so you're going to need a compass there. They do give you one here, which is nice, so there's no way to fail this particular one, but there is one in Adept Adventurer that is potentially, like, you could get stuck there. So explore Labyrinth. I'm not aware of any compasses here that you get. Doesn't look like there is any, so you could end up getting stuck here for no reason. And you can pretty easily get to Chapter 5 and complete Stage 5 on your first day. That's pretty reasonable, especially if you've got, 2 to 3 hours to play. Like, you're definitely going to be there. Things can vary with the amount of story that you're reading, but definitely keep an extra compass on you, or 2 extra compasses on you as you're going through the adventurer thing, so that you don't get stuck here. Because the next one, you just have to clear Spirit Altar on normal difficulty. Extremely easy to do that, and you end up with that set that I was just showing, the level 55 attack and the level 55 crit rate pieces there. So that's solid. And then Remarkable Adventurer, you just have to get through here. It's not hard. You have to get through 1010, enhance a piece of equipment up to 15, and then you promote a 5-star to a 6-star. They give you a bunch of these spirit blooms along the way, so you should have the materials you need to just do it, I think. You used to be able to, at least. The game just changed. You used to have phantasmas, and now you have spirit blooms to promote stuff, which is, I'm trying to get used to saying this. It's kind of odd. But yeah, you'll end up with a level 70 set of attack and crit rate once again. So that puts you at a level 55 set, a level 70 set here. You do have to beat Adventure, though. So this is kind of, not something you're going to use to get through it originally, but you do get a level 55 set, and you do end up getting a level 70 set from doing the Free Spirit Tea area. So with those 2 sets together, it's reasonable to take Tea areas level 70 set up to like +9. That's not bad. If you want to take this set here up to +6, nothing wrong with that at all. You can end up just feeding the stuff off as you get better gear anyway. So yeah, you'll have enough gear to get through 1010. So yeah, I'll be through by the end of the day. After I get done recording this, I'll have a couple of hours left in the day to just go through. I'll pretty easily finish this stuff up and have something new to show you guys tomorrow, which will be Chapter 2 in Unrecorded History. So yeah, the first 2-3 days is really just going through and getting the adventure done, kind of learning how equipment works, learning how doing Abyss works, and how Labyrinth works. I think they do a pretty good job of just sort of moving you through. It's nice that when you let this thing sit here, it'll show the next adventure or the next quest after like 10 seconds. Typically it does, at least. I guess it's not going to right now, but Yeah, it's simple though. You do get a destruction set here too. I guess at 9.5, once you clear this, you can get a destruction and critical chance set there as well. So they give you enough free gear that you'll get through adventure. It's not something you have to worry about. You're going to continue to hit walls. Don't feel bad about that. Like, it happens to everybody. Just keep looking at the gear, keep putting new gear, higher level gear on for the most part. The sets they give you will work, and you just have to push through. This is a good opportunity for you guys to understand the gameplay mechanics too. If you picked up Iceria, you can play with her. If you picked up Spectre Tenebrae, you can play with her, and just watch how the stunning works. Watch how this thing works, where she goes kind of invisible. This is a fantastic skill for Arena. She can't be touched unless it's an AoE. Poisons her. So there's different mechanics you can just test out if you want to. She has kind of an interesting thing here. Mercedes is completely free to everyone, so she attacks all enemies with a 55% chance to dispel a buff. So she can actually strip stuff. When there are 3 or fewer enemies, damage dealt increases as enemies become fewer. When the caster is granted increased attack, activates Dimensional Rupture again. When activated this way, Dimensional Rupture deals decreased damage, and can only be activated once. So basically, what it's saying here is that, yeah, so if you do the third skill, it increases the attacks you already have it on. And when you do the second skill here, it attacks everything with a chance to dispel. And then it'll activate the same skill once again, so it'll have a double AoE attack. It'll do a little less damage the second time, that's totally fine. But just reading through heroes and understanding the skills that they have is definitely a good idea to get in the habit of, checking the different things you have. But early on, again, like Iceria, Mercedes, Free Spiritiaria, you can take Spectre Tenebrae or Arbiter Vildred. You could have had Vildred instead of Iceria. Like, these units are going to just pull you through adventure. They just are. It's not something you have to worry about. Again, if you hit a roadblock, everybody hits the roadblocks at the beginning of the game. They're there so that you have the opportunity to sit back and think. You get a ton of rewards from doing the quests as well, so remember to continue to receive these once you complete a full chapter here. So this is a bad example because chapter 9 is split into 2 parts, but let's look at chapter 1 here. The first chapter you just go through, obviously this is the easiest chapter, but you just go through it and do whatever you're supposed to do in here, and then you'll get a star count for every level. Clear it, and have your stuff survive. And you'll end up with 3 stars. Even the last stage here, it's just clearing and keeping stuff alive. So it's really simple early on, and you'll end up with some bookmarks, some penguins, and then a spirit bloom as well. But the quests over here will give you gold, sky stones, not runes of epic caliber, but lower, more common runes, the lowest level. You'll get stigma, you'll get a leaf, you'll get more sky stones, covenant bookmarks, plumes. And every stage that you pass, you get more sky stones. So this is the same thing for every single chapter you go through. You get a ton of extra rewards. It's definitely good to pick this up if you're a little blocked, and you could potentially get enough. Potentially get enough of those runes to come back into here and go into this awakening section. And as you can see, I've got a bunch of fire ones or flame ones sitting here, so I could just go in and awaken the first skill of Mercedes and the second one. And depending on how far you've gotten, you might be able to do the third one as well. But yeah, these were all completely free. I didn't have to farm any of this stuff up. It was just completely from adventure. So you get a lot of rewards there. But again, save your summons. If you're somebody that likes to summon, you really need to save them. Don't blow them on any random banners that are going on. You need Tamarin as quickly as possible. So yeah, anyway, that's all for this episode. Again, if I missed anything about adventure, if you're struggling with it, put better equipment on, fill out the quests for this path over here. If it'll open, fill out these quests here, collect all the rewards that you can, upgrade that gear that you have, awaken the units that you have right here, level them up. You can skill enhance, but I would be careful with those. Like doing Iceria makes sense. You're going to use her no matter what. You have to use Molagora to skill her up. 4 stars and 5 stars take Molagora. So be careful about the 4 stars and 5 stars that you skill up, because you can't get those resources back, those Moldagoros back, and they are a limited resource as you move forward in the game. But yeah, hopefully that helps. Again, I'll answer any questions or concerns you guys have in the comment section, and I'll see everybody next time.